Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. I've made a Dutch video where I've looked at the energies of France, of Great Britain and of China. I actually looked at two things in China that has to do with these false flags happening right now with cars driving into groups of people and even children. It's awful. I just wanted to take a look at the energies. That will be my Dutch video and the general energy of China. I will leave English subtitles so if you want to see that, because it's a bit too much to recap. And in this video, I want to take a look at three other countries, and that will be Poland, Austria and Sweden. First, I want to talk about some things I also mentioned in my Dutch video that has to do with the USA. Mr. T, well, he's coming into office, and apparently a lot of people in the DOJ, the Department of Justice, and a certain agency that starts with an F, they've got a B and they've got an I, are lawyering up. They're already looking for a lawyer. So that's a lot of panic going on. Also, Mr. T mentioned that he's going to use the army to get rid of people that are not supposed to be in America, in the USA. And it already has its effect. Certain groups of people are walking towards the USA have retrieved, so they're, returned to where they came from. And certain people in certain cities are also leaving because they probably know what's going to happen when Mr. T will return. So this is very interesting. I also mentioned in my video yesterday, they are really going to aim for that, World War III, and I'm talking about the dark energy, still try to create this fear. I do believe the white hats are going to use this for other things. I don't think it's going to get that far, but apparently there's been threats made, or at least spoken. This is from a former spokesperson for Mr. P from Russia, warned Brits that something could be happening with Christmas and they could be spending Christmas in shelters. Yes, something's going on there, of course, because of the permission given to the Ukraine to use those long-range missiles, which of course the Great Britain was behind that as well. We know that NATO has a lot to do with that. So that's interesting. Let's see. Another thing, this was in the Netherlands actually. I also mentioned this obviously in my Dutch video, that there was a news article this morning that a lot of city council members are sick and tired of what the government is coming up with. So the policies, they are not listening to the people working at the local, the city councils. They have, of course, decisions to make, and that the government is really just thinking one way and not listening to the people actually living in those areas. So there's a lot of criticism coming out, and this is their last warning, and they even are going to unite and maybe even start actions if the government is not going to listen and keep up with all these very strict rules that they come out with without listening to the city councils themselves. I thought that was very interesting. Another thing, the farmers. I do want to mention this, of course, in my Dutch video. I will more go into it, but farmers in Great Britain are standing up, and in France. It has to do with two different things. In Great Britain, it's because Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, apparently wants to take away their grounds, the ground they work on, because he thinks it needs to be returned to nature and things like that. So he just really wants to get rid of farmers. Of course, it has to do with that agenda we all know about. And they are not having it in Great Britain. Good for them. And the other farmers in France, and also being helped by farmers from Germany. I saw some clips and I've shared them on Telegram. That has to do with this EU deal they're trying to make between the EU and the Mercosur, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but it's the Mercosur deal. And Macron from France is right now in Argentina to, talk about this. And this has to do with importing cheap beef and a lot of other things that will really be horrible for the farmers in the EU. So that's why the French are also standing up and doing all kinds of things. I saw them moving around with a lot of manure already, and I think they really do know what they're doing there. So that's happening today as well. So people are not silent anymore. Well, in this video, I want to take a look first at Poland. What is the energy of Poland? What is going on there? We have the Six of Cups. That's interesting. We've got the Fool as the central card. We've got the Nine of Cups in the past. We've got the Eight of Swords underneath the Fool. And we have the Knight of Pentacles for the near future and the Five of Cups. So I do believe that there is a new beginning kind of starting. But I do see there's still a lot of feeling like they're not really moving. It's feeling like being trapped. So I do believe a lot of people in Poland may feel that they're trapped somehow. It is moving towards like a new beginning. That's what the Fool is for. But I also see the Children card. So I do believe things with children are coming out there as well. Or maybe to the forefront or having something to do with that. But they're still feeling, a lot of people in Poland feel like they're not getting out of this or something. Or they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Maybe everything what's happening, of course, with Russia and Ukraine, they're kind of caught in the middle of that as well. But there is a new beginning coming. It will take time. It will take patience. There's a plan being rolled out, but a lot of disappointment, a lot of sadness has to be dealt with as well. So I do believe maybe even concerning children will be coming out there as well. That will hurt a lot of people, you know, a lot of pain. Disappointment will be coming out, and it's necessary to move forward. So that will need to be healed. So I do believe in Poland, it can get quite tough the coming period, especially emotionally, with all things maybe coming out, or, you know, scandals coming out. So I do believe they are moving towards something better, but it will take time, and it has to do with a lot of pain, and healing needs to be done in Poland. So that's what I've got for the energy of Poland. Second land of the country I want to look at is Austria. Austria. Let's see, Austria. We've got the Two of Swords. The central card is the Seven of Wands. We've got the Two of Pentacles in the past. This is interesting. Austria, the Queen of Pentacles underneath the Seven of Wands. We've got the Hanged Man for the future. And the Five of Swords. So I think the future can be quite standing still and still a grim energy. A lot of this, I think in Austria, things still has to change in a way. It's kind of happening. Of course, we have the Seven of Wands as the central card. So I do believe the Whiteheads are in a better position there, but they are still being attacked in a way. They still don't know exactly how they're going to do things. So they're still making a decision in certain things, how they're going to bring out certain things, bring it out in the open. There is this female energy, could be a female working in politics, I'm not sure. I don't know a lot about Austria politics, but if someone will be bringing out things, is trying to move things forward. So there's this Queen of Pentacles, or she's working on the background. But this usually as someone also with a plan working things out. So that's the feeling I'm getting. But they, like I said, Austria, the Whiteheads are in a better position, but it will take time. I see also a change of perspective and this grim atmosphere. So maybe by changing things, by changing people's perspectives, they'll finally be able to see what's been going on with all these dark energies and what they've been doing. So this is also possible that it shows people in Austria what's been going on for such a long time, and that how grim and oppressive it has been. So I think they're going to, in Austria, it's another energy. So I do think things need to come out. They are in a better position, I believe, the Whiteheads, but it's not over yet. And it's about showing people what's really been going on. And that can be very hectic for a lot of people, or very tough to deal with. So I think that will be the coming energy for Austria. And let's see, the last country for this video will be Sweden. Let's see, the energy of Sweden. Let's see, Sweden. We've got the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Hermit for the central card. The Five of Pentacles in the past. We've got the Five of Cups underneath the Hermit. Ooh, we've got the Devil card for the near future. But we also have celebrations. So I'm just going to take one extra to clarify. Yes, that's what I thought with the Magician. So it's just clarifying just in case. I just wanted to make sure who is going to celebrate. Is it going to be the dark energies? Or is it really going to be the people? And I see it's going to be a celebration over the dark energies with the Magician. So I do believe for people in Sweden, there are going to be ultimately celebrations, but it's not going to be easy. Again, they're also in this phase of, withdrawing, finding answers inside of themselves instead of looking out for the government to do that. There's going to be a lot of sadness and healing needed there as well, but it will be an opportunity to turn inward. So a lot of things are going to happen there as well in Sweden. I believe worldwide things are happening right now, but it's going to be so obvious that a lot of people, all the pain and the sadness, and it's going to be quite tough for the people in Sweden as well, but it will return them, and ultimately they will celebrate over the dark energies. They will step into more and more into their own power, because also in Sweden a lot of things have happened, and in a way they are the only country that of course was not following along the last almost 5 years in March what has happened. They were the only country, almost the only country in Europe that really took a completely different course, but a lot of things in Sweden follow a certain agenda. Look at gender, look at all kinds of things and how their educational system is built up. And I think people are going to see that it needs to change. And that's why there's going to be ultimately a victory over the dark energies. But again, it's turning inward, finding answers inside of themselves and not looking outward anymore. And that will be very important. But it will, bring up a lot of sadness, a lot of pain, a lot of disappointment. And it's necessary to heal. So this is what I want to talk about in this video. Hope to see you in another video. Bye.